Hey there and welcome back. So we're going to talk about how do we get data back out of the database once we've put it in there. And that is with something called selects. These allow us to query the database. You've seen me use a couple of them just to prove that things are in there. So the first is the basic select. By the way, I added a few more things into pets. So one is we could do select star from owners like that, and it just returns everything. We could also do select, and we could type a subset of the column names that we want. I just want name from owners, like that, and it will select just the names. And so this is totally fine. We can use just this basic syntax to get everything that is in the database. But sometimes that's not what we want. What we want is we want to specify some constraints on the database query, right? Sometimes we want to look for people whose name is something. Sometimes we want to look for pets whose age is something like that. And so usually we would add some constraints, right, to the actual, the select. So we would do select star, and I'm going to start dropping down onto multiple lines here. By not typing semicolon, I can continue my query from pets where, and so this starts what's called a where clause. And the way you think about this is the way you think about writing, the way you would describe it to an actual human being. This is actually not too far off. I want to select all of the information from the pets table where some condition is met. So I could do something like age greater than 3, like that. So I want all pets who are older than 3 years old. And there we go. And you can look, right? Here's all the information. It's every possible column. There are the 4 names, the 4 breeds, and here are their ages, and there are their owner IDs. And so you can see, right, that I'm able to actually grab these pets whose age is greater than 3. I could do the opposite of that. The opposite of greater than 3 is less than 4, right? Because greater than 3 includes 4 and higher. So less than 4 includes 3 and under. And here's my one younger pet. We could also do, where name or where breed equals, and then we could put something like tabby, right? And we get the only pet in our database who has a breed of tabby. So this is adding a where clause. And then lastly, we have our 2 tables, select star from owners and select star from pets, right? And maybe we want to get, Mr. Snuggles and their owner, or Jojo and their owner, and so on, right? And the way we do that is we can glue 2 tables together. And the way we do that is with join syntax. So I'm going to start select star from, and I'm going to specify my first table name, right? I'm going to say from, let's say owners. And I'm going to say join, which means connect the owners table to the pets table, pets, and then I have to specify on. How do I join them together? How do I glue the 2 tables together? And the way that we would do that here is we would say, well, like the owners have an ID, and this owner ID references it, right? So I would say, on owners.id equals pets dot, and then I got to put quotes, because remember, this is a case-sensitive column name, owner ID, like that. And this is how I do it. I say, glue the 2 tables together, and give me everything. And you can see, right, Matt owns 2 pets. Here's the owner ID. Matt has Sansa Stark. Matt has Mr. Snuggles. Josie has Jojo, and Josh has Cucumber Dog and Miss Meow, right? So this is how the pets with owners are linked up. This ID is the owner ID. This name is the owner name, and then everything from here over is the name of the column properties of the pets. We can do things. We can have as clauses, as t. So here, let's go ahead and rewrite this. As O. Sometimes you have long things you want to write as P, and then we can do on owner ID equals pet.owner ID, right? And it does exactly the same thing. You can rename tables as you're going. You can save queries and do subqueries. SQL is very complex, and it allows us to do tons and tons and tons of neat things. If we wanted to, as part of our thing, not select everything, suppose we only really cared about the owner name, right? Because now I have renamed owners as O and pets as P. Maybe I only want to select the owner name and the pet name, right? I can do that, and now I just get, the owner name and the pet name. I believe I can use as to rename these as owner name and P name as pet name, like that. And now we get a table with better column names. It's not just name. So this is it. This is sort of where we're going to head with our selects. We, again, basic select all, basic select only certain columns, less basic where clauses, and then the least basic joining two tables together. And you can join many tables together. If you have lots of foreign keys, you can join across foreign key after foreign key after foreign key and get synthesized data from multiple tables at the same time, which is the real power of SQL. It's a relational database, so having relations gives you all the power. Simple lookups could be done with something simpler. All right, thanks for watching.